one of the negatives of being on low ground overall. Meanwhile, DKS, I think also just had no other options, no mats. He'll be alive with his. We'll see what he can do. Picking an us. Set up in position to fully a complete solo right now. Pink is just diving straight inside that box. Shots from the backside too, but Anas is there to deny it. And this is a position where we see VR's Pink, Anas with a refresh, looking to control this game.
Yeah, those mats were so important. You saw how Pink's material count shot all the way up. You can see Noah and Aqua on height, and so whether or not they'll be able to get that right now is a different question. But can Noah and Aqua hold on to it? You can see Aqua isn't looking too strong in terms of HP, and the materials are starting to dwindle as well.
X3 moving in, and Alex not alive either. Every single person, it looks like, inside the top 5 has to play as a solo to keep their position on the boards alive. Meanwhile, Noahreyli swinging all the way towards the front, fighting Trulex and Chico. You can see on the left side of your screen. Putrick, though, sneaks that high ground with Toose, and Toose is inside the box with Noahreyli. He takes Noah almost down, has a hair of HP, and it gets snipped. A nice fade. Aqua now right below that box has to hear his teammate go down. Elim and gone. He's going to be by himself.
Yeah, you can see X3 as well now. One of those solos. Him and DKS are both struggling, but DKS was able to find an elimination on the backside in the bottom right. And so this is huge for him. It keeps him ticking in the game just that bit longer, and that's exactly what he needs. He can't go for the win right now, but all he needs is the extra placement points. They go a long way when we go to the last game, and so he will just continue to stay alive.
DKS takes down first place and he's in second, or maybe just chops it in half. Maybe Pink has to possibly go for that clutch as well to keep that slot up top. Putrick and Toose on that top side, they're going to be looking down momentarily for some sprays for that pressure. And we saw this on day one. No one was able to really retake on high ground except for that maybe very last game. And trippernn, one of the players who can have a possibility to do that, goes down as well on the low. No one's even finding DKS though. It's going to be tough. All he has to do is just stay around these walls, make sure nothing bad happens, but we do smell solos down there. It's an intuition for these European players, and he gets taken out.
Will X3 be spotted out as well? It seems he's getting sniffed out from below. He's got to hold on to his wall, but there's players above him as well. He will go down as well.
Now we have Skram, no Refsgaard. Saw this many times before, and we can expect greatness. With 13 HP though, we can't have that Skram classic of dipping in and outside that zone. Really playing the timing very well, a player who can do it so well. He's not gonna have the possibility. Here goes Floki for high ground up against Putrick. It's a retake. It's just himself though. I don't see Clement. Where is he? Toose, he's not gonna fall for such simple tricks. He keeps that high ground secure and alive.
Yeah, they did incredibly well to stay composed. Floki was no real threat, and they treated him that way. Skram though, as a solo, will eventually find his maker, and he will go out. Trulex and Chico are the only duo now in between high ground and low ground, as Janice and Vortex look to try reclaim their first game success.
Every single team is sharing the same 2 boxes, and Vortex and Janice, if we have those guys in the equation, they just solved that problem with 2 shots and a big pop. That's what I like to see. Vortex with the sprays, Janice there to follow up, and now they control that little bit of a low ground layer. Still, Andy in the way with art skill as well. 2 solos in the mix. Swag and Pablo alive, but their mats are running out. High ground is still staying quiet. Toose and Putrick have to do absolutely nothing. They can just win this game. Pablo has so much ammunition. Just a few mats though. He's gonna go for the end on Trulex. That's a double shot. It looks good and he's down. Chico is gonna be the next one. Surprised after that jump scare. Pablo might go for the re-edit. There's no chance for that revival. Chico's gonna just way dodge towards the right side. Pablo will move in through this labyrinth. Can he solve this maze? Art skill, another retake that Toose has to deal with. And they're not even running out of the mats. I'm not sure what type of treasury, what type of economy this entire duo has, but it's gonna be split in half. What a shot from Toose. Catches the head. This man only hits the most prime prestige shots you can find, and it's lucky that he had all the mats as well. 4 different teams, and he's gonna be the focus. Chopped down now by the Flame Boys back and forth. The fire's too hot. Toose might not be able to survive. He gets burned, and he's down. We have new high ground kings.
Cerebral play from the Danes, and they are on fire. Swag and Pablo will drop down now to try and claim the first victory royale of their day. Swag will go down, and so it's left in the hands of Pablo. They've done so well so far, and now in a 1v1 against Janice, who won against Vortex. Janice and Vortex in a 2v1. Vortex is up, but with not much HP. Will he be the difference maker? Will he decide to go up and try and take Pablo on? Pablo trying to hold on. He doesn't have the materials left. He's dancing around in the zone. He realizes he can get Vortex. That's going to be the siphon that will come through, but will it come in time? 10 seconds. He will get it, and so he stays up. And now can he hit the crucial last shot? No! Yes. Janice will pick it up. They won game 1 of day 1, and they win game 1 of day 2. The German Giants come through again.
They have everything set up. We talked about the other high ground base, Trulex Chico. Hen actually took down Chico while moving here. This man nonchalantly takes out the only opponents that were in a position to get the height, and they're bullying an armored wall. Is there enough time to get this down before that resurrection comes through? Absolutely, the pressure's there. That's insane.
They're gonna keep it going as well. That's nice. Hen, an absolute powerhouse. He does it like nobody else at times when he goes berserk mode. And so we'll see whether this really is gonna be their game to claim high ground with some of their opposition not there to stop them.
Yeah, that top floor, the penthouse suite, it is empty. ThomasHD, Tayson, you'll notice they're only looking up right now. They kind of have the scope of what's going down around them. Thomas is really focused on that base above, and now maybe on the people around them, maybe seeing who's not editing, looking for pads. They split it up. Tayson's gonna be looking for the option to move out, but they're on the front side of zone. Janus Vortex, you talked about the adaptation. They're not gonna be able to flow smooth like water this time. They got iced up, cooled down, and Vortex is gone.
You've seen Janus have some crazy clutches, right? In the week where they qualified for the FNCS, Janus had a game like this from this point onwards as a solo, and he went absolutely huge. And so we'll see if he can do it again.
We always know that Skram and Refsgaard are going to be some of the duels that get picked apart at the very start. Janus not going to find a shot. It should be very important to land one soon, though. 158 below. That zone will start to strike at him from the skies. He finds one solo he can kind of bully, and he's really rattling it away. It's a duo, actually. He's making it look like it's a solo with the way he isolates these fights. Meanwhile, we look over at height. Hen Queasy, de facto first place for the moment. It looks like, how has this happened? How have they taken over the board? They're looking to maybe have a name in this game, but look, it's Alex and Andy. The people you never expect to take height, but they do, and they make it very difficult to retake. They invest so much to keep things alive. They're up. DKS and Dsyre tried to hold on to the high ground as well. They got denied. Who will reign supreme as ThomasHD and Tayson look to take height as well. They're going for the full retake. Janus on the right side is also trying to clutch. He finds a little bit of damage, but ThomasHD and Tayson, they have the clouds under their control.
They went into the back of the zone. It looked like maybe they were tanking a bit too much HP. Was it going to be worth it? At the moment, it seems like it is, because they have control of high ground, and this is where they want to be. This is where they will feel utmost comfort, and it's from this point onwards that they can really determine how these standings look.
Janus still has second place under wraps for the moment. This man's basically using shadow clone, moves all around. It seems like I'm watching two players playing at the same time, building and still shooting at the same time, having pressures on both ends, but it's too much. Requires a lot of chakra to maintain. He goes down. Clown and Grolzz now. He'll start to move in. Second place, they take it over from Janus. What it looks like, it's just a little bit of chaos on all sides. They have the mats, it's just wood, totally. Rezon and Vadeal on the same layer around them. This is going to be really scary for height. So many duels alive, a lot of pressure to maintain.
And you can see Hen and Queasy, they keep looking up. You know that's exactly what they want to do, but the material count is dwindling. But you can say the exact same thing for Thomas and Tayson. They haven't got much to work with, and Tayson actually has got to be careful as he almost drops down to his demise. The armored wall for the extra bit of protection, but he knows that this team right below him is a hindrance, is a hassle. But Rezon and Vadeal now from out of nowhere, and they have actually been able to grab height from Thomas and Tayson. Tayson looking for the chop, but is it going to be enough? Hen isn't going to be there. Rezon is going to do a good job to sniff him out and send him down, and so Vadeal and Rezon have stolen height, and they might steal this from Thomas as well. He doesn't have much to say. He has no materials. Will try to slide out of dodge, but can't get out of the way. Vadeal and Rezon bulldoze the high ground team.
It looked free, but that team before Thomas and Tayson absolutely got trapped and scammed. Now Refsgaard down with Skram on the low ground, gonna be looking for crazy shots, and they're landing so much and a lot. Skram with the moves, but it's not gonna be possible for him to stay alive. Refsgaard now will try to make as much as possible from this situation. One pillar in the way of him, and a big shot from Clown. He actually backs up, and now Refsgaard might go down playing the placement. Clown not out yet. Refsgaard's trying to just do something from the spot. That shotgun railing, but it's not going to be possible for him to stay alive. Now everyone's lost inside the sauce towards low ground. Meanwhile, up high, Vadeal and Rezon, they look just so free and fly.
Vadeal and Rezon, we always know that they're going to be good for one game. Yin and yang, they are so in sync. And here above everyone, it looks like their game to lose.
This is going to be a nice little slow burn towards the end. Rifle and Marion, they have very good trap setting potential. Hit hard when they do find the angles. Rezon and Vadeal, though, we know they're game finishers. In a 2v2, this might be one of the strongest duels you can see, but look at Rifle and Marion jumping around. Doesn't matter. Rezon and Vadeal, they close it out. That is the game 8 VR.
there's not many options for you to actually get out, and on that journey, Vadeal will be taken down. Rezon now left as a solo as a result of it. And he is just barely above now, but will he be able to pull off the same level of clutch as one of his German compatriots in Janis from last game? We've seen Rezon do some crazy clutches in the past in different modes and different FNCS competitions. And maybe this might be our classic Rezon clutch moment, but he's got a ways to go. Skram and Refsgaard have their ways to go, but they covered that distance relatively quickly with the gauntlets. And now they can set themselves up to maybe try find a refresh of some sort.
Has to be an all-in for them. No bluffs in this situation. They can't really go toe-to-toe with a team over and over. Have no hard mats whatsoever, only wood. That means as they move, they will be very vulnerable to shots on all walls. Meanwhile, looking at the state of the game, Noahreyli active right now, taking out Wallflar. A man who likes to move around freely, somewhere towards mid and other times just jetting towards height. Looks like they might have some control. Skram, though, caught sleeping on the wall, does not actually have protection. No, it's Pre-Edits in the way that aren't letting him build. He goes for a few shots right back, but it's Floki and Clement that jump in the box and take him down.
Yeah, and that's the complete opposite from what they needed. Refsgaard will be left to solo clutch, and we're heading into another endgame, Shire, where we got a lobby full of duos, but so many of these top duos will be forced to play as solos. And if you can say as a duo as Clown and Grolzz will look to do and have done so well, this could be a game where they amass so many points and just really start to gain a lead, which is something that nobody's really been able to do in the FNCS so far. And if it is the most inexperienced players, it feels like, in the lobby that are able to gain that lead, it really will be a crazy story.
That feels like all the kings are butting heads. Meanwhile, the newcomers to the castle start to fly and swing on their own terms. Clown and Grolzz will go a little bit more low groundy. A few misedits on the right side. I'm paying attention to them right now because they're basically in first. They kind of dictate who gets to have the lead for the moment. Vortex and Castry, though, if you pay attention to the left side of your screen, do have a little bit of control in the entire lobby. They're up high on this mountain as Blueback flies by them as well. Refsgaard starts to swing. Clown is kind of attached to the same builds. He's inside the zone, actually making sure he is building the pathway for Grolzz to follow. That being said, Bill's on the right side, barely even theirs. Grolzz not ahead of him. They start to be in the same box. Shouldn't be even allowed for them to be here in this position, not taking much damage. It's a harpoon play. A nice grab at the floors of the duo above, but he's not going to find much for the moment right now. They're just going to completely break through into that tarp. This is crazy. They don't have that many mats, so they have to basically go for this big push and the refresh. One player escapes from the left side. There's one isolated towards the right. Clown now moving backwards in his builds. We'll tune in with that in just a little bit of a second. That's Huddy. He's fighting for the moment.
Yeah, they had to commit so much into that, right? And so moving forward in this game, the all-in play will have to come out at some point. But Karmy and Vortex have just sort of waltzed their way up on high. There hasn't really been anybody to really contest him up until now, and Karmy will do a good job of getting control. But for how much longer can they hold it? They've got the web shooters, they've got a decent amount of builds, but just below them is Queasy and Hen. We know how cerebral they are. And there, Grolzz doesn't have Clown anymore. And so just as a solo, what can he do here as a zone? Continues to just push along this ravine. Can he hit one of these shots, get something to keep him in the game? The 3 builds that he has aren't going to be worth much, and he knows that. And so the med miss will come out, try to heal up, at least give himself a HP advantage, but it's not looking too good for him.
Hen Queasy still alive. Queasy taking a lot of damage, though. Hen's going straight for the high ground by himself. Big shot on the TchypSs. That'll quiet him down. Grolzz, though, is still here, making the line that Hen and Queasy have to hit be that much further. 220 plus points, and they're still going for the clutch. Bat Sniper also alive, 3rd place overall. He hits a nasty shot onto Floki. Full refresh there. Grolzz is still putting pressure down on any body that he sees. This is just crazy from him. Doesn't have a harpoon to hit those mats anymore. He's still alive with 1 HP. Finally down. 229 points is what it is there basically to hit a 4-point differential for just Hen as Queasy is gone. He does have high ground for the moment, but I see Thomas, I see Tayson. They're diving in boxes right now. As soon as they realize this is a solo on height, they can just completely switch frequencies and go for that higher spot on the lobby.
Yeah, they had all the pads in the world, but they aren't going to be on height. They are sitting down on low, but they are perfectly fine. Oh dear, Bad Sniper taken out by Hen. He's only a solo on height, but he can hack it. But for how long? Because Tayson and Thomas have taken it. It's moved up the hill, and Hen went down. Noahreyli was the one to take him out, but Tayson and Thomas sitting primed and positioned to win it all. There's nothing anybody can do. They were the first to climb the hill, and they will be the kings of it.
for Hen Queasy, all they have to do is try to push this lead as far as possible. They're starting high ground on the 5th zone, and they're looking to keep it for the moment. Frack is going to be denied a chance at being a little bit of a retake warrior or a nuisance to everyone. He's going to be chilling. I thought Thomas was going to land on that tart, but he's not either. He pushes all the way towards the front. Who can stop Hen Queasy inside this game?
They've done such a great job of diverting all the teams who padded, all the teams who maybe would have looked to height. You look at all them names, so many of them you would usually think would look to try to take it, but none of them could. Queasy and Hen hit the crucial shots to just divert them away. Karmy, though, in the back of the zone in the top right, almost giving up there, just standing still.
This is going to be so dangerous, though. Janus, rezon, Putrick, Toose, and ThomasHD are all the players on second height. rezon and Vadeal are not letting them down, and I see Aqua, too, in the mix. Every top team that loves the high ground is getting in position to take it away from Hen Queasy. You look at the front side of the zone as well. Trulex and Chico are watching for a wave. Janus now is moving up for it. Vortex on the other side is also trying to climb towards the top. ThomasHD and Tayson will move here, but I'm wondering exactly what's happening at height. They might be those third takers that move forward. Here we go. Janus and Vortex do take it for now. Hen Queasy maybe overindulged in the mats it takes to hold that position, and they have to give it up.
The sleeping giants have arisen. They have high ground, but will they be able to hold it? We know that they have that ability. Still so many titans below them, and so they need to make sure they prioritize who it is that they are spraying, who it is that they apply the pressure to, and that's a perfect start from Vortex. Chico and Trulex shut down.
rezon joins the battle. He's moving forward. Veno also down. Trulex goes away to Toose. Refsgaard and Skram. They're going to make sure mid-ground is theirs, but it's Karma and Bubak, two statues who won't move. We're going to be in the way, so Refsgaard actually goes towards a completely different art gallery. The left side is going to be a lot more about nature, a lot more about builds that are not placed down just yet. Hen Queasy, though, lost inside. Second high ground for now, or second height completely. Toose is still finding a bit more in the feed. Bubak stops K1nzell inside the mid-ground. Meanwhile, kiryache Stormyrite also active. This is 5th place that is still in the game and can look to catch up.
And they've done such a great job, right? While all the chaos was going on above, they've really been one of the few teams to actually have some control on low ground. And so now, whilst the shambles teams look to drop down, they will hold it and they will have opportunities for more limbs.
Loss of control on height. Meanwhile, ThomasHD goes for the chase towards mid. Their box though has been overtaken, so he is going to be having to vacate from home. Doesn't matter. Rid of all the guests. Thomas is insane with the damage. He lands 6 different shots and they all hit hard. The beam is there to follow as well. No ammunition. It doesn't matter. ThomasHD with the moves. Vadeal and rezon down. Janus gone as well. He's taken out every single big name and he goes down, but that's 8 fat eliminations under his belt in the feed.
How does Thomas continue to do so many things that just blow my mind? And he has a teammate that can do the same. Tayson will connect to Malibuca. He gets the elimination. That's the HP he needs. And the time as well. The separation to get the minis off. These two have no limits, no bound. They will continue to impress. And they sit in first place.
They looked at the leaderboard and they wanted every single elimination inside that top 10. 4 teams now left and Tayson is a part of the mix. You have to be careful. Give him an inch. He'll take a victory royale. Moving in low HP, has a chance to pop a mini. It looks good. rezon's the one who's all the way up top by himself as well. It'll be a solo brawl and he drops first. rezon's there with the beam. Tayson denied access to the endgame, denied access to the clutch. rezon might take the entire power of him though and be able to use that clutch factor for his own. They've gotten 1 win so far today. Can they do it again? Gabix is down here as well. Kiryache Stormyrite towards the low ground. All rezon wants is these 2 teams to fight and then maybe drop down in the heat of the night, maybe take away that VR for free.
Yeah, Kiryache Stormyrite, they need to stay composed. They've done brilliantly to keep control on low ground. It's been a tough battle. And even with all the chances they've had, they still run out of mats. And no, gabix will get down. Shmeky also will be gone. And rezon now has a chance to sneak his way in. But will Kiryache Stormyrite be on point? rezon dropping down. We've seen him clutch before, but can he do this 2v1? Is it too much of a mountain for him to climb? He connects with another shot there. rezon needs to be careful. He's the only one in the zone, but the time is ticking.
He has a little bit of a delay, lots of space to work with, and a few more mats. Kiryache down to the zone, 1v1 for rezon right now. Stormyrite down to the low ground. He has a lot of control of all those low builds, but rezon has a lot of say in this fight. 1 tree farmed as well. Stormyrite with a med mist. They'll be looking good for now, but it's going down to the road. No more nature to be able to work with. rezon drops down onto the concrete, looking for the first shot, but it's denied from builds from Stormyrite. It's a 1v1. He's backside in the zone, maybe looking for a chance to take over at height. A different angle. rezon sees it coming. Builds here, and now Stormyrite has the high ground. It's flipped on sides. He has no builds to work with, and that costs a lot of his HP. rezon with the final shot. Is this real? Not just yet. The spray is there, and it's good. rezon and Vadeal, 2 wins. Kneel to this duo.
And kiryache went down. And so that means Stormyrite has to clutch up as a solo. You can see here, he's got some mats, he's got the web shooters, but this is going to be a tough, tough game if he wants to try push his team into contention to win it all.
Usually they're alive as a duo, but he will be in that solo spot. Reversal as well on the other side, right? Joe and Veno, both alive. Right above him, usually they have a solo situation to deal with. I'm thinking about one more duo as well on the side of Putrick and Toose. Janus Vortex, also alive for the moment. They're a very good 11 at stealing these games, being in the best positions. And I'm feeling like this is a day one overall with Anas and Pink on high ground in terms of how the style looks for the game. They might even come back in this competition.
Yeah, and Pink and Anas, right? They've really struggled in games this season to gain high amounts of eliminations when they do win games. But sitting there just outside the top 10, this would be the time to change that.
Janus Vortex want to hit this pad, a little bit of damage done, a lot of damage done on both players. And look at the loadouts. There's no way for them to really get it back. Look at the threshold as well, 99 below. This is absolutely atrocious for Janus and Vortex. I'm not even sure if Vortex can catch up to the spot that they're at right now, but Trulex and Chico are the ones going for high ground. Queasy will not be able to stop them for the moment. Stormyrite doing his best to try to stay inside this game. As much damage as possible to people in the storm. Possibility of the actual damage from the outside of the circle to help him claim any of these eliminations. Not going to be possible. It is Trulex and Chico that claim that high ground. Clement and Floki going to be there towards mid. Pablo and Swag alive as well. So all of the offbeat people are there. And Stormyrite does not actually trip. It's just a super swing. He's fine.
He scared me for a moment. If he had gone down, that would have been heartbreaking, but he doesn't have the web shooters left. Going to do well to farm some bricks, some nice map awareness. But how far is that going to get him? Because he has to climb a mountain, not just metaphorically, but literally.
I see no single-digit place team alive right now. Trulex and Chico just took a place up there in the top 10. They're going to be 9th. Pink, though, and Anas, they still have voices to use. They've been quiet so far, but they're screaming the high ground is ours after that retake. 4 eliminations to pump in this position as well. 7th zone. They're starting things off early and hot.
They've done well, right? They've not lost focus of what the goal and the task ahead is. They had a bit of a slump, but they are sitting on height where they are comfortable. But like I said earlier, they need to try and get some eliminations to pair with it. Stormy right now, high on a layer, but he's in the backside of the zone with a duo knocking on his door, but he has no answers for them. He just has to drop down and get out of dodge.
He's in low ground, and that's Veno and Joe's lair. Floki also drops down at the same moment, and Janus is there too to lock one down. And Anas and Pink, though, still on high ground, and everyone switched to wood builds. That puts a big smile on Anas's face. This is where he just starts to beam down every team. Gonna be Fury, the first one that they focus on as well. Pablo and Swag, 3 elims of their old, all in endgame. We're down to the final 9 teams for the circle, and Pablo, oh no, wrong box, my friend. The left side is dangerous, the right side is impossible to move. Swag has nowhere to go. Let's just go up and around. Somehow it's free and allowed. How is this possible? And the backside of 2 different players, but he gets beamed apart. That's Trulex and Chico looking good. Meanwhile, Veno, Joe still on low. Trulex now basing up. Looks like he's gonna challenge maybe high ground. They actually look back towards the storm. This is very interesting for them. Looking for any chances for damage, but no, it doesn't land. Lucia now also going down. Pink has a voice. It's still screaming loud. Floki takes out Joe. Veno down 2. Him and Clement are not gonna be alive. No, they are both as a duo beside another one going head to head, and Chico and Trulex have no mats.
Chico and Trulex, they have to drop down off of height, and they drop on low, and they're trying to find control. They pick up an elimination on the backside, but that isn't the only threat left, and Trulex can't hack it. Chico now has to stay alive with no materials, and they know it. They will wipe him out. Floki and Clement have done so well, but the job is not done. Pink and Anas know what they need to do. They need to start picking up some eliminations. Nako trying to be the thorn in the backside. Clement is down, and so Floki just left as a solo, and this is really picking up for Pink and Anas here.
They can basically dance on this high ground. All they need to do is break down 2 different solo players. Look at the control from Anas. Look at the confidence from this team on heights. Momentary reprieve for Floki, but it won't last fast enough. He goes for the swing around the world, but this man's flight's not going to touch down in the best way. The landing gear is not active. The plane might be in the sky, but it'll come crashing down soon. Anas and Pink down on low ground now. All they have to do is look up and beam. The grass is greener on the back half of EU Day 2. Anas and Pink control it down below. Chop down that high ground. This is it for them. A few more shots. How much does Floki have? Not enough. Pink now will secure it towards the end. That's a double shot. That's a VR for your second last game from Pink and Anas.
A 7 elimination victory royale may just be enough to push them back into contention. point. Is it really too much of a mountain to climb? This is gonna be a real tough ending. Aqua was able to get the reboot on Noahreyli, but Thomas won't be able to have that same benefit. And even then, it doesn't matter.
He gets 3 more. Noahreyli brought back from the lobby by Aqua. There's no chance for Aqua to go back. The zone does too much damage now to get the reboot again, but that's 3 points for ThomasHD to have again. He just has to wait. There's an airdrop here as well. That's another pad. If there is a person in this game that can solo an endgame, it might be Thomas. He might have another free pick here. It's up against Aqua. He knows it's the 1v1, but the more noise he makes, everyone else on the server will start to shoot, and those shots start to come from a long distance. They won't do too much damage, but Thomas has to be careful. One mistake, his HP totals go down. He has to just push forward for this fight. 35 seconds left for the zone move as well. He has some time to work with, but in all these metal builds, this SMG is not going to do too much damage to those fully built walls. To try to go for that pressure, he's going to elect to just back up a bit. Go for the package. It's gonna be fine. Will it drop a launch pad? Does he have the marketing? No. No pad from no. Yes, absolutely. 2 pads now for him to rock in with. I have to assume that Tayson might have used one earlier on before, so it's gonna be fine for him for now. Aqua is gonna be here on low ground, fully beefed up with the shield. I'm not sure what the surge situation looks like for ThomasHD either. But what I do know is there are at least 4 teams looking this way. No matter what decision he makes here, the eyes will be on him in this lobby.
This is going to be a real tough rotation. Aqua lands at the bugle, so he has the web shooters, I believe. And Thomas doing what probably was the best option, right? Looking to go towards this hill, using it as cover. And he does take a bit of damage, but he has the shields to recover. But that's just even less shields to use deeper into the game. And he still has his eyes set on Aqua. He realizes that every little point helps. Oh, wow. He's 64 below as well, so he actually just needs to damage straight up in terms of surge.
Look at the points in 3rd place. 265 right now, and Thomas is at 266. Yeah, the 3 points will help overall, but he will fall down the standings if he can't live. Yes, the elim, it'll be huge. Yes, to this point, you go down in the top 3, you might be able to hold on to top 10, but this man wants to win. He wants to be on the podium. So does Tayson. And clutch sprays coming in from up above. Will it update the threshold? No, just 37 below still. ThomasHD is in trouble. He'll have to use one of his pads directly in the line of sight of other players. Not everyone opens up. He's going for the 1v1. Aqua jumping in the box, but Aqua lands a big shot, controls the wall, bounced back. ThomasHD somehow survives, doesn't own any of these walls. Aqua, I think, just got beamed down as well right in front of him. Now the entire lobby's focusing him, and ThomasHD is down.
That might just be it. I doubt their 2nd place will hold with Kiryache and Stormyrite looking so strong. And so what was setting up to be a photo finish for them might be the end of their FNCS run. And if Hen Queasy have been paying attention to the feed, that will be huge for them.
This happened last game though. They took down ThomasHD and Tayson, and then the next 20 seconds, they looked a bit too happy-go-lucky. They got a bit too fruitful with the way they were playing the game. A miss-edit a little bit possibly. They were trying to hit a pad, but looks like I got blocked. They'll go down for it again, blocked once more. Hen falls down and jumps. They barely took any damage, just 1 zone tick. They're looking good, composed. All they need to do right now is stay alive.
And they can do that. They've been able to so well. We talked about how they can be so sneaky, almost like they're invisible in these games. And some nice damage being dealt. Hen, you can feel he's in rhythm, hitting the shots when needed. And this is everything. This is their chance. Last year, FNCS, the first one of the year, Hen was victorious. 2022, can he do it again?
We need to stay with him for this one. We haven't watched the way they really take height, hold it. Yes, we tune in with a bunch of other POVs as well, but I really want to see the decisions they make. Look at this expert spot. They're still picking up a few eliminations. None of them will actually go towards points credits, though. It's just the pressure, because Trippernnn and Vadeal are there to pick those ones up. It's fully aquatic. 11-2K, look at the zone.
I'm loving this. I am absolutely loving this. And if you remember back, right, this will be great for Janice and Vortex. They were prepared, right? And so I'm sure they'll be sitting pretty. The Hen and Queasy deal with it so well. And you can see Hen doesn't stop, right? He's constantly looking for these opportunities. He can smell it from a mile away. And now, as the zone pulls towards that northeast, This is where champions are made. 104 below somehow on a 273. The update came through. But Hen Queasy versus Stormyrite and Kiryache is the story to follow for today.
On the left side of your screen, just pay attention to those golden lights. They're jumping straight into the storm, and yes, they do actually grab the pad. Lots of damage done. They'll have to drop down and heal. I'm tracking them. They're going towards the front side of the zone. On the right side, you can see their POV going up, 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 and away towards high ground. Almost a straight-up second height. Do they find each other, though? Are they together? Yes, that is the case. Still good above Surge. Queasy takes a little bit over on the tarp. Hen starts to move in as well. Armored wall put down, so they have a moment to breathe. Hen and Queasy are making this run to win EU FNCS.
And Karma and Booback may sit on height for the meantime, but I can assure you, Hen and Queasy will start to look, and you can already see Hen peeking up. But just before, he'll look to try see if they can get any more eliminations, anything that can get the material count up and healthy. But it's all about that timing for when they look for height.
Have to be controlled here. Booback might just go down, get angry with it. Queasy actually stumbles, falls, gets beamed. It's someone in their build. I think Booback's getting close and personal. 276 for Hen. It's not going to be enough to just win the entire tournament. He's going to have to clutch by himself. The wonder kid from seasons before has to grow up to be a man. One elimination. He's all on his own. Has almost maximum wood, but no more hard mats up against the wall of Vadeal. A tough fight to win. Gains control of the ramp. Has a chance for an edit. Just wants to get the materials, get a little bit out of it. He's on this floor. It's not his. Has to be careful. This is crazy. Spicy Splashes has 8 of them. He can really move around and has a lot of mats to work with as well. He's going to tank this zone as much as possible. Look at that golden light lost in the darkness. Hen has to keep this run alive. 284 points. He's getting higher in these standings. 13 teams left. Booback still has height. What a nice swing. He's on second height right now. Has to relieve that pressure. Maybe drop down slightly. No, he doesn't get focused by anyone. Full hard mats here for him to use as well. Booback starts to rattle on the cage that Hen is in, but this man is no chicken, no turkey. He's a beast. He's looking for the shots on the Janus and Vortex. Another armored wall he's showing for the moment right now. That golden right surrounded by enemies from all and every single side. Someone's waiting. Jump inside Hen's box. One miss at it could be his demise. Goes for a few more shots and Elam down below. He still doesn't find it. How is Hen still alive from this moment? Has a lot of mats to work with. He'll go off from the right side. 286, first place is still shining bright and looking true. A double jump in midair too. He's found his next box.
Hen's done so well to stay alive. He's done everything he possibly can, and he won't stop here. Dealing damage, applying pressure like he has a teammate by his side. Gets Karma down, has the chug smasher when the siphon comes in. That will be huge for his HP. He's done brilliantly. 291 points is going to be a mountain that not many teams can climb. Karma and Janus down, and so this is going to be real difficult for all of these teams left trying to fight for the AXA champions.
6 teams, 6 players. It's a solos FNCS basically, and Hen is going for high ground. 1v1, toe-to-toe up against Booback. One edit, he's got no shield. Hen needs to win this. He has control. This is a solo clutch of your career, my friend, and you're about to win the FNCS if you hold on. No mats, 1 armored wall. This is all he has left.
Hen has everything. He's done everything. He's solo clutch. We know he has that ability. No materials left, but he still is able to apply damage. Won't get that elimination, but he will hold on.
Starts to spray one more person in his way. Decyptos down to the low ground. All it has to do is wait. The drop down, the beam. It's almost enough and has it. 1v1, 297 points. This is for the European Championship. All he has to do is take down Walks, solidify it. He has enough points already, but do it in style, my friend. The VR is just in your grasp. Hen as a solo against the world, and he wins the European FNCS.
He has the motivation, he has the drive, the hunger, and the thirst for greatness. He is greatness. Hen and Queasy will win the first FNCS of the year, and what a way to do it. The solo clutch when all the odds were against him, and the boy from Britain is able to do it. Wow.
That's just what you expect from a man who was born in this mode. Someone who gave us the best stories from Chapter 2 and possibly even the big moments we saw from Chapter 1. I mean, Hen right now, to do it from that early as a solo, monumental, crazy, what a shot. I'm just so happy. A comeback performance as well at 11. They were so behind from that first day.
So well fought from this duo out of Europe. Congratulations, Hen and Queasy, duo champions here in the Chapter 3 Season 1 FNCS. 319 total points. Only a single victory royale, but you know what, Boop? That was the one that cemented it all.